What is going to be Rhymestyle here, and today I'm bringing you some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse gameplay alongside a pretty fun and interesting debate that I'm sure we've all had countless of times. As you can see from the title of this video, of course I speak about the Kamehameha wave versus Final Flash discussion, and the main reason why I decided to do this in the first place was I was live streaming on Twitch a couple days ago and I saw people discussing it in the chat, and I saw some pretty interesting responses, which is why I wanted to bring that discussion over here, and that's the overall Dragon Ball Z community, how they feel about both these attacks, what they like better, X, Y, and Z. Basically, any opinion that you have towards either attack, leave it in the comment section below and we'll have a fun and awesome Dragon Ball Z debate based on what you guys say. So now that we get that out of the way, let's talk about the attacks itself, starting with the Kamehameha wave. So the Super Kamehameha is basically a part-out version of the regular Kamehameha wave, and if you're strong enough, like say Goku or Gohan level or even Cell, you can dump off enough energy into the attack to create what is known as a Super Kamehameha. And basically, the difference between the original Kamehameha versus the Super one is the Super one can kill instantly. The original attack can do damage like, say, blow up a car, blow up a mountain, blow up a tree, maybe do some damage like blow off a limb, but the Super Kamehameha is so powerful that it could easily disintegrate an opponent if it catches them in the wave attack. But of course, an attack that powerful also has weaknesses, and the two weaknesses associated with attack are pretty freaking dangerous to put yourself in that situation. The first danger comes from the fact that if you hit the earth, it's game over. If the attack hits earth, boom, splash, explosion, you lose. You don't want to do that. A good example was when Goku started charging a Kamehameha wave against Cell, and everybody freaked out thinking, oh my god, if this hits, this is going to be game over. Goku, please, don't be stupid. And of course, everybody was outsmarted by Goku when he ended up instant transmission in front of Cell, hitting on point blank and shooting the wave upwards away from the earth and basically getting the job done. Now, obviously, if Cell could regenerate, this would have been game over and he would have won the Cell games. But obviously, since Cell could regenerate, the attack wasn't that useful against him, which put him into the second danger, where if you don't kill your opponent, you'll be left out of energy. And a good example was when Goku was Super Saiyan 3 facing off against Kid Buu and blasted him with that Kamehameha wave, draining his energy completely and being left wide open. So when you use the attack, you have to be pretty responsible and make sure that you hit your opponent. A good example of a successful Super Kamehameha was the Father-Son Kamehameha attack that Gohan did against Cell, catching him completely in it, disintegrated him, and still focusing the attack enough to aim it upwards at the end so it didn't hit the planet. That's a successful attack, and of course that's also an edge case, which can't always happen that way. Essentially, when you use the attack, you got to make sure that the situation is right to use it, otherwise you'll be screwed. So that's the Super Kamehameha. If you like that attack the most, let me know in the comment section below. But now let's talk about the next attack, and that's the Final Flash, which has only been used by Vegeta, and technically Cell could use it, right? I know he never does it in any of the games, but theoretically Cell can use the attack as well. But the Final Flash is Vegeta's signature attack, and it's just like the Super Kamehameha, it's pretty dangerous. If it hits, it could screw everything up in that path. A good example, of course, well, the only example really, was when Vegeta used it against Cell when Cell transformed and almost disintegrated him. If Cell hadn't moved slightly to, what was it, the left? Yeah, if Cell didn't slightly move to the left, he would have been caught in the attack, and then that would have been the end of the Cell games before they even started. Obviously, the big weakness with the attack, though, occurred in that exact scene, and was the fact that it takes some time to charge. In terms of charging it versus the Super Kamehameha, it takes a lot more time to charge that attack up, and obviously, no one's going to give you the opportunity to sit there and charge it up. The only reason why Cell even let it happen was because he has Saiyan cells inside his blood, inside his body, and he wanted to test his power. And Vegeta was able to convince him. But in any other situation, like a good example was when Vegeta used it against the Cell Jr., the attack is kind of hard to use. Unless you have ample amount of time to charge it up, it won't be that effective. But at max power, it's pretty freaking powerful. And it was powerful enough to go through Cell's defenses and disintegrate part of his body. So that's the Final Flash at max power. Now, if you compare the Final Flash against the Kamehameha at max power, what do you guys think personally is stronger? And this is something that really made me think the other day when I saw this originally in a Twitch chat, and this is how I kind of classified it. The Final Flash is out of control. Final Flash it's the definition of dumping off all your energy into one attack and just firing off this angry beam. Like the Final Flash is a pretty pissed off wave attack. You can just tell. And obviously that's because it's Vegeta's signature move, so it's kind of like Vegeta's pissed off all the time, so is the wave. But the Final Flash is essentially a pretty angry move, and I feel like the Final Flash at max power, theoretically, should be stronger than the Kamehameha wave. The Kamehameha wave, though, is, to me, it's a lot more smoother, a lot more calmer, a lot more nicer. It's kind of weird to say that, it's a nice attack. It's a lot more nicer, and it's a lot more disciplined as well, which is comes from the fact that the Z Warriors are disciplined, and when they fire the attack, they don't dump off all the energy into it and make it into an angry attack. When they use the Kamehameha, they put off just enough energy into needing it to basically kill whoever they're fighting. And I just feel like the Kamehameha, and I don't know if it's just because it's blue, it's just a lot more nicer. Like, if the Kamehameha wave was a person, I feel like I can be friends with them. The Final Flash, if I met Final Flash in person, I feel like the Final Flash would disintegrate me in person just because it's always angry at the time. So, in terms of both his attacks, I feel like a max Final Flash could theoretically be stronger than a Super Kamehameha. But what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I think I covered everything. I'm pretty sure I covered anything. But anything you guys have to say in regards to both his attacks, just feel free to just, have any opinion. Just say it, comment section below. If you guys like the style better. Actually, let's talk about the style for a second. I think the Final Flash to me it's a lot more cooler charging it up, because like you're just sitting there and you're pouring energy in both your hands and you bring your palms together and fire this epic beam out that's so angry and just gets the job done if it hits. That to me just feels a lot more cooler than the Super Kamehameha, which is of course is the signature hands next to each other, hands like palm together next to your body. I don't know how to describe this. You know what the Kamehameha looks like. I just feel like the Final Flash charging that and the firing out just seems a lot more cooler than blasting out the Kamehameha wave. What do you guys think? Essentially, like I said, I want you guys to basically leave any kind of feedback about both his attacks. What you guys like better? What looks cooler? Any opinion at all towards both his attacks, let me know in the comment section below. And like I said, I just really want to know what the community overall thinks about both his attacks, just because I saw some interesting things in the Twitch chat, and I'm sure that you guys all independently have like awesome thoughts about both of these attacks as well. So leave that comment section below, and we'll just take it from there. And also something else I want to really cover was just outside of this attack system, Dragon Ball Z is awesome, and I started thinking about this earlier today. Dragon Ball Z is the only thing that no matter how old you are, how long you've been watching it, you can go back and rewatch it. And I think the reason why I'm thinking about this is because I saw that meme that shows like, it was like a meme that showed guys and girls. It's like guys at 12, guys at 21, and then guys at 35. And it's like, for the guys section, they were just watching Dragon Ball Z in all three panels. And for the girls, they went from like Barbie to watching like romantic movies to whatever. Like they evolved into watching different stuff, where the guys always sat there and watched Dragon Ball Z all the time. And the cool thing about Dragon Ball Z, and I realized this today, is the community is so freaking awesome. Like, all you guys are so awesome, because Dragon Ball Z to us will never get tired. And I saw someone else comment on one of my videos the other day. I think it was yesterday, matter of fact, talking about, I don't think Dragon Ball Z will ever die, and I completely agree. It existed since, 1986 when Dragon Ball was first introduced, and now it is freaking 2014, and I'm confident in 2086, 100 years later, Dragon Ball Z will still be that cool thing that's always existed and it always will exist, because it's just so freaking epic, and it's just a really cool part out of all our childhoods. I mean, out of my childhood, one of my favorite moments ever was the fact that I was introduced to DBZ, and that today, even today, all these years later, I can still go back and watch it, whether I watch the actual series or rewatch like the like Team 4-Star, stuff like that. Dragon Ball Z is awesome, and it's here to stay forever. If you agree with that, let me know with a like, or leave a like rating below just for the fact that Dragon Ball Z is awesome, and we'll take it from there. Again, I just kind of want to throw it out there, because originally I wanted to make a video about just how awesome Dragon Ball Z is altogether, but then I realized I want to do this debate as well, so that's why I kind of threw this in as a disclaimer at the end, while we talked about the epicness of Dragon Ball Z's Final Flash and Super Kamehameha in the beginning. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of go off the tirade or rant or whatever, and just talk about how awesome and timeless DBZ is, and how it's never going to die, and it's always going to be around forever. And yeah, so yeah. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this long random rant and this discussion, and also the gameplay as well. Which, by the way, the gameplay, since I know people are gonna ask, I'm not still playing this. All the gameplay that you're going to see from Xenoverse coming out from my channel right now, as well as stuff that I've been uploading the past couple weeks, it's from the Xenoverse beta that I did a couple weeks ago. Basically, when I did the beta, I stocked up on a lot of footage, so I have enough footage to basically last for a pretty freaking long time. I think I have enough Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse footage to last until the game comes out. So expect always fresh Dragon Ball Z content when whenever I talk about it in terms of gameplay. Expect fresh content every time whenever I put the stuff out. So yeah, I'm not still playing the game. This is just content that I gathered when I originally played the beta a couple weeks ago. Just want to point it out, because I know there's always going to be that one person that says, "How are you still doing this? What kind of wizardry is this? Did you gather the Dragon Balls and go in the future and get the game?" Tell us, Rhymestyle, tells you a secret. There's no secret. I just recorded a bunch of footage, and that's how I ended up over here. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up right now. I've already talked way long enough and took up 10 minutes of your day already. So make sure, again, you leave your thoughts about the Final Flash versus the Kamehameha in the comment section below. And of course, if you think if you love Dragon Ball Z, just for one time for Dragon Ball Z, hit that like rating so we can show how awesome this community is. And I will keep seeing you guys every single day for the next 100,000 years. Well, I probably won't be allowed for 100,000 years, but for at least for the next like big sets amount of years, this community is going to stay strong and only keep getting stronger because Dragon Ball Z is so freaking epic and awesome and stuff. Alright guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see all you awesome people as well as your awesome commentary in regards, or comments in regards to these attacks in the comment section below. So yeah, I will see you guys down there below and stuff. I don't know. Alright guys, I'm leaving for real now. I'm leaving. Okay, bye. Peace.